Hello everyone, can you hear me? I have my AirPods in. It's 11 a.m. I am Brenda, sugarfreemom.com is my website. And yesterday I posted about the Dalgano or the whipped coffee. If you saw it, my keto version to make it less bitter. So I'm here today to show you two ways to make it. One way my husband and my oldest love, and another way my daughter and I love. The youngest doesn't like coffee, so he doesn't like it at all. So today you need three ingredients. You need some instant coffee. I wish I could see comments. Can you let me know where you are watching from and if you can hear me? That's what I need to know. I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. I don't see any comments yet. Okay, well, hopefully you're all getting on and you're ready to do this. So it is instant coffee, a sweetener of choice that you like, and sea salt. That is what's going to help to make it not bitter. Hi, Amy from Oklahoma. Yay! Cynthia, you can hear me. Great. And Felicia, welcome, welcome. Where are you guys watching from? Hopefully you're having a great day, a great week. While people are getting on, I'll just share with you. Last night I had my free webinar, Stop the Cravings and Break Up with Sugar. It was on Zoom. It was very exciting. I was really nervous. I haven't done a Zoom webinar before, but we had a lot of people register for it, and we had a few technical glitches, but overall it was really great. And I wanted to share, so my blog has been around since 2011. I've been sharing, I have like over 1,000 free recipes on my website, sugarfreemom.com. And back in 2012, I actually wrote a sugar detox plan that was like pre-recorded videos and how to eliminate sugar in like a 6-week step-by-step process. But it's been 8 years later, and I ended that program. It's no longer been available since about 2019. So I had it there for 7 years, only because there's been a lot of things that have changed for me over the years, and I could no longer promote it. Some of the things were good, and some of the things I just didn't want to promote anymore. So I revamped it, and I'm very excited to share that. I am actually going to do the course live. And starts April 29th. I put the link above. If you're interested, you can go check out the page for it. It's like 5 weekly Zoom meetings. There'll be a private Facebook group, and basically it doesn't matter if you're keto or low carb. If you're having trouble with cravings, I have accountability for you. We're going to do educational meetings, but it's really for the support too. And there's a step-by-step process that I would have you follow. There's no meal plans. I know this is a difficult time for that. No shopping lists, but there are guidelines. So if you're on autoimmune, I've got a guideline for that. If you're just low carb, I've got a guideline for that. And if you're keto, I've got a guideline for that. So I'm super excited about it. Hi, Cynthia from Seattle. And I hope you'll join me. It starts April 29th. The link is above if you're interested in joining the Sugar Detox course. The link is also above for this recipe that I posted yesterday. I know you've seen it. It's trending. But this recipe for Dalgano coffee, this whipped coffee, has been around for years and years. But on TikTok, somebody made it, and it became, it started trending, and then it was popular on Instagram. So anyway, the basic things for the Dalgano coffee are instant coffee, hot water, and sugar. So obviously I'm sugar-free mom, and I've been sugar-free since 2006. I wasn't going to make that, but I made it my version. And when I first had it, I used Swerve as my sweetener of choice. It was so bitter. I don't know about you. I mean, it looked really cool that you're making this whipped coffee. It looks like whipped cream, but it's coffee. It looked really cool sitting on top of a cup of hot milk. I used unsweetened almond milk, but it didn't taste great. I didn't think it tasted great. So if you were like me and you did not like that bitterness of it, if you have tried the original version, well, actually, I'm going to make 2 versions for you today. One version, the first version is my son's way. He thinks that I sweetened it up too much in the second version that my daughter and I like, and he preferred it the first way. So like I said, you need instant coffee. So a couple of people have asked this question already. I have an espresso maker. Can you use ground espresso? No. Can you use ground coffee that you grind yourself? No. Why? Because instant coffee is actually already brewed coffee that has been dried. Your ground coffee and your espresso has to be brewed in order to to work with the water, you know? So this is why instant coffee, you can do instant decaf, you could do, and you could do regular. Of course, my Amazon order for the new one I just ordered is not in yet, but I'm going to use this one. It is decaf, sadly, but it is just as good. So for the original version, you are going to take a small bowl. Now, my recipe, I share my recipe. The quickest way to do this is with an electric hand mixer. I am going to whisk by hand, and I'm not really loving the idea of doing it by hand, but I figured it's less noisy than using the stand mixer, my KitchenAid. But I prefer that, and it's quicker. It's like 3 minutes. So you're going for the original version, not the one I linked above. The one I linked above is the one my daughter and I like. That is not bitter at all. The original version is 2 tablespoons of your ground coffee. The original version also says that you should boil the water, and I've made this like a million times now with different ratios. You do not need to boil the water. It just needs to be hot. So I'm going to use my sink, and I'm going to turn up the heat. But first, you want to add a little bit, and Lori says she does drink some instant coffee, low acid, almost no decaf. I will try it this way. All right. So what I found is a pinch of sea salt in this mixture helps with the bitterness. But I'm also using 2 tablespoons because my husband and my oldest prefer it stronger. My daughter and I don't. So just a sprinkle of a little sea salt. And I'm going to show you the basic version. I used Swerve Confectioners. I have also used Swerve Granular, and it has a grainy texture. I have also used Brown Swerve, and I still felt a little bit of graininess in there. Although I love it for baking, I didn't love it in this recipe. I have also tried liquid allulose. It still whips up. If you are not a fan of the flavor of allulose, it does have a slight aftertaste, but it's still delicious. You could also try it with allulose powdered form. And I didn't notice any graininess with the allulose. I just prefer the Swerve Confectioners because it's smooth and there's no grittiness. And for me, there's no aftertaste. You can also make this with liquid stevia, like English toffee would be delicious, vanilla would be delicious. But I think, it works. As long as you have the instant coffee, you can do it with the English toffee or vanilla liquid toffee. You won't get as much whipped because this adds some bulk to your recipe. So now I need to clean my tablespoon so I don't dirty another one, get off the coffee grind so I can add it to pull it out of my bag. And I will answer questions if you have any when I'm all done. All right. So welcome. Where are you watching from? All right, Canada. Jolly. I need my glasses to read. And so we're going to add 2 tablespoons. So it's usually the original recipe is 2 tablespoons of the instant coffee, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and we're using Swerve Confectioners. I added a pinch of sea salt. And then you turn on your hot water. Like I said, there's no sense. You don't need to boil the hot water. You don't need to boil the water. You can do it with hot water, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. And it doesn't matter if this is clean or not because it just had the sweetener in it. So I'm going to wait till my water gets nice and hot, and then we're going to add it, and I'm going to whisk it up with my muscles. And my husband and son just love it this way. So now I've tried it both ways. I've tried it over hot, unsweetened almond milk. And I've tried it iced, and my daughter and I prefer it iced, meaning you take a glass, my water's taking forever to heat up. You take a glass, you fill it halfway with ice, you add about 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk or whatever milk you use, and then you top it, half of the mixture, it's about 2 servings, you top it. Now, the beauty of this is it looks like whipped cream on top of your milk, right? So if you just sip it, it's pretty good. You get the milk first and then you get the taste of the coffee. If you want like a frappuccino, like at the coffee shop, it's not hot yet, my water takes forever. I have a well. If you want like a filling, frappy flavor, thick, without adding anything, no xanthan gum, no heavy cream, nothing. This whipped on top with the milk, stir it till it completely combines. You're gonna love it. My daughter and I absolutely love it. It is so much better Okay, finally hot. My water's finally hot, so I'm taking 2 tablespoons. So we have 2 tablespoons of coffee, a pinch of sea salt, and the 2 tablespoons of the confectioner's swerve. And you're just gonna whisk it. Let's time me, right? It's 11:13 on my watch. I haven't done it by hand because I have the stand mixer and I like it so much quicker and better, but somebody already commented on my blog. I posted the recipe yesterday that whisking it was just as easy and took just as much time, like 3 minutes, as the stand mixer. Well, I don't know. She must really be whisking it really fast because I'm not seeing it whip up. We may have to go to the stand mixer in a minute. I am making, hi Stephanie, I am making Dalgona whipped coffee. The link is above. I am making my keto version because I don't do sugar. I've been sugar-free since 2006. You've probably seen this recipe trending. It is kind of thickening up, but not there yet. So instead of sugar, I use confectioner swerve because it's nice and smooth and it will not be gritty. When you taste it, it'll be nice and smooth. You have to use sorry, that's my grandmother's clock if you can hear that. You do have to use instant coffee. Hey, Christina. So 2 tablespoons of instant coffee. Not my favorite. I have my own espresso maker. I do like espresso, but I tried it. You cannot grind your espresso, and this recipe will not whip. I'm just going to save you the trouble. Don't do it. I've also tried brewing the coffee and then whisking it. Doesn't work. You need the instant coffee. But with the additional things that I'm going to add to my second batch, which I may just do in the stand mixer because this is becoming a pain in the butt to whisk by hand. Who wants to do this? I don't want to do this. Hey, Cheryl from Cali. Stevia and almond milk. Yeah, you can use stevia. Hand mixer's way better. I agree. But I decided to just not make the noise of the stand mixer and just do it by hand. Who wants to do this? Children, any child, everybody's doing schoolwork there. One's on the computer back there, one's at the car. You want to whisk this for me? Shh. You're going to be on camera. Oh, the 17-year-old daughter said no. It's not working. I should just get off this.
Bumped into the chair.
She bumped into the chair. The 17-year-old daughter wants to get out of doing her chemistry.
No,
Literature. Oh, my class. World literature, of course. All right, guys. I'm sorry. Whoever said that it could be whisked in 3 minutes? I think not. So I'm going to have my daughter take it over. She's not going to go on camera. And we're going to make my favorite version. That was the original version. 2 tablespoons of the instant coffee, 2 tablespoons of sweetener, and 2 tablespoons of hot water. You don't need it boiling. Now I'm going to make the version that's on my website, and the link is above, and it's so much better. But my husband and son like that one. Don't spill it on yourself now. Okay, so we are going to make this less bitter, in my opinion, by adding just 1 tablespoon of this instant coffee. I'm going to dry off because I used water, so I'm going to dry off my tablespoon. I'm running out. When is my Amazon package coming? 1 tablespoon of instant coffee, not 2. Now, I do have a sweet tooth, but I can say that I just really don't like bitter coffee. So I'm going to clean my tablespoon again. And my favorite sweetener is, of course, Swerve Confectioners. And that's what I'm going to put in there. We are going to put in, by my recipe, 3 tablespoons. 1, 2. It's not working, is it? Whoever said that? I started that at 3 minutes ago. Don't whisk it by hand, people. Do not whisk by hand.
Well, maybe they meant by like the hand mixer, not.
No, she said she was whisking. The commenter.
Okay, well, then she has muscles.
She has muscles. Do you hear my dog? Okay, so see, this is after 3 minutes, and it's still not. It's not whisked. I mean, it's not fluffy. It's not fluffy. So we're gonna put this one aside. I'll make it after for my boys. My husband and my son will like that one. I'm not a fan, and I'm going to use the stand mixer, and I'm going to move it over so you guys can see it. But so we have 1 tablespoon instant coffee, 3 tablespoons of confectioner Swerve. Now, if you've never used Swerve, it is 70% less sweet than sugar. So if you were, that's why I had to add 3 tablespoons. If you were just using, another sugar-free substitute, maybe monk fruit, it would probably only be 2. You have to, try it out for yourself and see which is good for you. But for us, the 3 tablespoons work really well. You just add a pinch of sea salt. That helps with the bitterness, and my favorite, caramel extract. So if you do use the brown swerve in this, it really does taste like a caramel latte. But the only thing with the brown swerve is it was a little gritty. So if you don't mind a little bit of the grittiness, we still like the flavor. So now you're only going to need a half teaspoon. Oh, I need help. It was a brand new bottle. Oh, I got it. Oh. Okay, a half a teaspoon. This is a quarter, so I'm going to do 2. Actually, you know what? We should probably, let me get another whisk. Okay, you want to whisk up the dry ingredients a little bit first before you add, oh, I have cinnamon too, I forgot to add. All right, so a half, or did I say a quarter? I think a quarter teaspoon is on the recipe. That's going to help with the bitterness as well. So many people watching. I'm so happy you're home and watching. Hey, John, my trainer. Woohoo, he's watching. If you guys are interested in live 7 a.m. fitness class tomorrow morning, it's only 30 minutes. He will kick your butt. That's John Freeman. That's my, hey, John, leave your Freeman Fitness Facebook page so people can contact you if they want to join in tomorrow. So he's been doing live Zoom classes. He'll send you the link. You just got to email him. And he's doing it for free. So if you need to work out like I do, definitely find his Freeman Fitness page under the comments and join us tomorrow morning. I'll be there, 7 a.m. All right, caramel extract, half teaspoon. So I have 2 because it's a quarter. Okay. That's it. Now we're gonna turn the water on because it's got to be hot. It doesn't have to be boiling, too much work. It's not, we don't need that much work when it comes to making a coffee, right? Okay, let me see, there's a question. LOL, when we did the hand whisking, it took 3 of us to rotate until it fluffed and it took at least 15 minutes. I agree. Whoever commented on my blog that they were able to whisk that up by hand in 3 minutes, I'm sorry. I don't believe it. Anyway, so I whisked this up. I'm just gonna wait for the water. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move you guys over. Okay, it's hot. I'm gonna move you guys over so you can see my stand mixer. Here we go. Can you see the mixer? Let me get it good. There we go. Put this, well, let me add all the ingredients to the mixer. It'll be quicker and a lot better. And it'll be done in 3 minutes, and then I can answer your questions while we're waiting. All right. Like I said, 2 tablespoons of hot water goes in. 1, 2. Whisk goes on. This is the best invention ever. So the Dalgano coffee, I guess, apparently was created or started in South Africa. It's a common thing after dinner that they would have this coffee. So it's very popular, and it's been around for years, but somebody started doing it on TikTok, and now it's trending. So now we're all making it. So what I would suggest is wait a minute, and then we're going to scrape down the sides of the bowl. So let me move over here, see if I can answer any questions for you. You know I need glasses to read, right? So yes, I have a big stand mixer. Great, Crystal. That was easier. Got a tiny arm. You can add whatever flavor you want. Yeah, so if you don't have caramel extract, it does really taste delicious with the caramel extract. Vanilla extract would work. What else might I like? Almond extract, that might be good too, because if you're using unsweetened almond milk, sorry. Where did I get my mixer? It's KitchenAid. It's a KitchenAid mixer. And Lori says, I think if you dissolve the swerve brown in your hot water and still use a little of the powdered sugar, you might not get the grit. Possibly, right. Jennifer says, could you use the skinny syrups? I think you could, because I use liquid allulose and it's still whipped up. The key is you have to have the instant coffee. Can the brown sugar be put in a coffee grinder to make it into powder form? That might work, yeah. So now I'm gonna go over here and we're gonna stop the mixer for a minute so I can scrape down the sides. Lift. Yeah, it's all up on the sides, and that's what we don't want. We want to try to get this fully incorporated, and it's definitely not mixed yet. So This needs to go about 2 more minutes, and you are gonna see a fascinating whipped coffee. I'm gonna go really high. So, Jasmine asked, what did you say Swerve has less of that diet taste to it than other sweeteners? Swerve has a cooling effect for some people on the tongue, especially in no-bake desserts. In baked desserts, it's great. What I do when I make recipes is I usually combine a little liquid stevia, like vanilla stevia, and this would be delicious if you needed more sweetness, and use maybe 2 tablespoons of the Swerve confectioners. Basically, when you add, like some people feel stevia is bitter. So, hi Tessa! When you add both sweeteners, the stevia and the Swerve, they cancel out each other. So there is no aftertaste. I'm used to the Swerve, but some people find that it's got a cooling effect, and some people feel the Swerve is bitter. So you could add a few drops of vanilla stevia if you wanted. Actually, I'm gonna get my toffee flavored stevia right now and throw it in there, because I think that's gonna be delicious with the caramel extract. Yeah. If you never had this in your coffee, it is so good, and you are gonna thank me. Seriously, it is so crazy, yes, that this whips up without any cream. I know. So, pantry items, right? You order this on Amazon, you just need water, you need your sweetener, and that's it. Obviously, if you want to mix this with something other than hot water, like add hot cream to it, it's gonna whip up and be absolutely delicious. All right, so I'm gonna add some, and we're gonna look at it over here. I'm gonna stop it so you can see how it's starting to look. It's not whipped yet. You're gonna wait and you're gonna see that. See, it's a small amount and it's not even close. So we're gonna have it go, actually I'll scrape down the side one more time. This is gonna be your new favorite thing. Whipped iced latte. Keto and sugar-free. All right, let it go. I'm gonna let it go another minute. I'm going higher. Yeah, 6 is the setting, and I mentioned that in my recipe. 6 in the stand mixer is as high as I think it should go. You will love it. Where can I buy the monk fruit sweetener? You can buy it online. If you are going to the store like Amazon, I think I've seen it there. They have a liquid version, and they also have like a cup for cup. They use erythritol and stevia in it. Hopefully you can hear me okay, even with the sound of this going on. I need my glasses again. Where did I put them? Is it best to keep the stevia drops in the refrigerator? Yeah, that's what I do. I don't think they go bad. I just like them cold. Like, I like them cold in my iced coffee. Yeah, it comes together, Krista, pretty quick with the hand mixer or the stand mixer. Smaller whipping area would work better, probably. Costco, Whole Foods, a lot of grocery stores, Amazon, and said, yeah, great. So how many of you already tried this? My instant coffee was one that I just had on hand, Umont coffee. But I linked to a really good one that I ordered on Amazon in the recipe post. Can you use instant coffee for keto? Yes. There is some carbs. So in this, I have the carbs listed in the recipe on my blog. I believe it's 1 net carb because it's dehydrated. So just like dehydrated fruit is going to be higher in carbs, there are some things like this that have carbs in them. Let me check. Let's see how it's working. Getting there, and it's getting lighter in color. You could. I haven't tried. Michelle says what about an immersion blender? That might have worked. I do have one, and I didn't think about that. Good idea. All right. I'm going to let that go a little bit. I'm going to get some ice from the fridge and start getting my unsweetened almond milk to make this. Can you see? Okay. Move this out of the way. Move this and this. Here's my glass. So I'm going to get some ice and unsweetened almond milk, and then we'll add the whipped coffee. best almond freeze one I have. Just about a cup. If you need to, you could always sweeten the unsweetened almond milk, but I don't. All right, I think it's done. We ready to see it? It's pretty much, it's done. Here it is. Look. Look at this. Just like I said, whipped coffee. I can't read those. I can't read your comments right now, but we're gonna take this over here. And I'm gonna move the camera so you can see. Look at this deliciousness. What the heck? I got, that was the, oh, I'm gonna look up. Oh my gosh, so good. That was the top of the caramel extract cover. I don't know if it just fell in now, but look at that! Whipped coffee. So now, I've got this. You add this. I made a mess. Only about half, all you need. And I would whisk it. I would whisk it in. You, like I said, you can sip it like this, but I don't think it's very good. I mean, it looks kind of cool that it's sitting on top of the milk, and when you sip it, you get the cold milk first before you get the coffee flavor after. I guess it's kind of like a macchiato, but not my favorite. If you want a frappy thick texture, mix it up. Whisk it, or get a spoon to whisk it really good. Maybe I should have not added the ice first. I'm getting there. It's a little messy. My daughter likes it just on top, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. What'd you say?
That's false.
That's false?
I like it mixed, but not like mixed.
She likes, that's false. She likes it mixed, but not as much as I like it mixed. She's 17. What is that supposed to mean? That you're a little bit sensitive.
You're sensitive too.
All right, I'm gonna get a spoon so I can clean this up a little. All right. Okay, so now you can see that it's fully incorporated. There's no white milk on the bottom. It's fully incorporated and it's frappy. It's like a frap. You could make it even thicker if you wanted to add a little xanthan gum, like a little bit. You could add it to make it even thicker like a shake. But honestly, it's so good just like this. I'm gonna get my straw. And there you go. So creamy, frappy. It's a latte. It's an iced caramel latte made with a little bit of water, hot water, some sweetener, and your instant coffee. That is what I have for you today. If you change it up, let me know. And leave a comment on my blog too. I'd love to hear your changes. And really, can you believe that somebody can actually do it with whisking it by hand? I don't think so. Maybe she was fibbing, who knows. All right, let me get my glasses on so I can read some comments and then I'll let you go. Every Thursday I'm here, every Thursday doing my live and at 11 a.m. Eastern, and I hope you'll join me next Thursday. You can do it hot too. I don't like it hot, Liliana. I like it iced. I tried it hot, I tried it both ways. I've tried different ratios of coffee, different ratios of sweetener, and it's delicious the way I've posted it on my blog. That's my preference. So if you're anything like me and you like my recipes, I think you'll like what I've posted on the blog. So again, and I wanted to remind you in case you missed it at the beginning, I just opened up my revamped sugar detox course. So if you are home and you want to do something every Wednesday night, even if you can't make it live, there'll be a recording. I'm starting April 29th. With a small group. I'm going to close the cart soon, so the link is above, so you can join my sugar detox course April 29th through June 3rd. If you want to get a handle on cravings, and even if you're keto or low carb, it doesn't matter. Even if you're not, doesn't matter. Everybody can stand to get rid of the sugar and live sugar-free because it's awesome and you'll feel great. And Anne says, I have a 16-year-old twins. I get the sensitive sass. Yes, you do. When would you add the xanthan gum? Probably after I mixed it for about a minute and then scraped down the sides, I would add the xanthan gum and whip it all up for a couple more minutes. Yeah. Can you store it in the fridge? You could. It stays, I've noticed that it stays whipped for a couple of hours. Yeah. Anybody else? Any other questions? What is a good liquid stevia? I prefer sweet leaf. It's my favorite. No aftertaste to me, but I've also been sugar-free since 2006 and using it. So let's see. It's hard to find in Germany, but Amazon's a good option. That's great. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great week and you enjoy this. And if you do enjoy it, please leave a comment on my blog, sugarfreemom.com, and the recipe link is above. And let me know if you have any special requests for a recipe that I haven't tackled. I'd love to know, and maybe do a live with you next Thursday at 11. Well, I definitely will do a live with you. I just don't know what the recipe will be. And if you want a free fitness class tomorrow at 7 a.m., John Freeman, he should have posted his Freeman Fitness website, so you can email him and join for free tomorrow morning. I'll be there 7 a.m. All right, bye everybody. Have a great day.